like how you looked at your
Yep.
wine.
You know what it is. NFL Week 13. You're an idiot. This week goes to an unlikely candidate, the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I know everybody's probably wondering, what Chiefs, how they get the idiot? What did they do wrong? I got a couple words for you. Darius Toney, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Sky Moore. I mean, Rashee Rice is cool, but he's a third, second round rookie, something like that. And he's their ace. And then they got a 34-year-old tight end and decided he wanted to fall in love this year. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I mean, listen, Charlie can get into all the business particulars and all that type of fun stuff, but I don't know how they let the best receiver in the league get away. You know how we feel about weapons on this show. You understand what I'm saying? You cannot just let that walk out the door. Oh, that's cool. Even he felt like the side chick when he was there with Pat Mahomes.
I never been anybody's side chick. I never been anybody's side chick before. Never. Always, my whole life. High school, middle school, all the quarterbacks, main chick. Always.
Right.
You feel me? I go to KC. Right. Now I'm the side chick. I'm like, hold on, what's going on with that?
So the thing is, man, bottom line is they got to be an idiot because it was cool when they was winning Super Bowls, but after they just lost to Green Bay on Sunday night, I feel they're worthy of getting an idiot because clearly their problem from week one when they lost to Detroit to now when they lost to the Packers, they're clearly void of weapons. Mahomes is great, but come on, bro. You need weapons. It is what it is.
I get it. But it's deeper than just that. Honestly, it's a philosophical thing with the Chiefs. Andy Reid comes from the Ron Wolf school of thought where you don't invest heavily in wide receivers. They just don't do it. They never have. You mentioned this. Sky Moore was a second-round pick. Rashee Rice was a second-round pick. They used a third-round pick to get a first-round pick, and Kadarius Toney, that equals a second-round pick. Like, this is what they do. He comes from Green Bay. Like, originally, Andy Reid comes from Green Bay. Ron Wolf was their general manager. And in Philadelphia, they didn't draft first-round pick receivers. In Green Bay, they don't draft first-round pick receivers. Like, look at the team that they just lost against. They lost to Christian Watson, who's a second-round pick, Jalen Reid. They got, who's the other, Romeo Doubs, and then they got John Wick. Yeah, I know. They got John Wicks over there, too. That's how they build it. The Kansas City Chiefs, you could tell that that's not where they use their resources because they traded literally the best receiver in the league so that they can build their defense and build their offensive line. That sounds like old school football. Like they went out, they have the best interior. You heard Sunday Night Football, they got the best interior offensive line in the league. That's what they were building. They traded away Tyreek Hill, and they got the defensive end, George Karlaftis, and then they got the cornerback. I think his name was what's his name?
Trent McDuffie.
Yeah, Trent McDuffie. There you go. I was thinking about Duffman from The Simpsons. But philosophically, they're just not gonna do it. This is what happens when you do that in 2023, because it's a much different game. Other teams, the team that they traded Tyreek Hill to, understand that you gotta, if it takes you a first and second round pick, you're going to have to go get one of those guys. I think this is time where they have to shift philosophically to understand that weapons in 2023 is just as valuable. You're wasting Pat Mahomes' career if you just going to give him Tyree, if you just going to give him who they got now? Any of them.
Marcus,
I was going to Sky Moore. I'm thinking of Richie James. There you go.
Oh, yeah, don't play with Richie James.
So the thing is, this is incredibly crazy when you think about it, but it's like it shouldn't shock you because you got to remember this is Andy Reid. This is the guy that was parading around James Thrash and Todd Pinkston in Philadelphia. You know, these were their receivers. Like, what are we talking about? These are like, you know, this is what they want. And you got to think the Tyreek situation is because he had whatever concerns and he fell to where he fell, where they kind of like stole him in the third round or whatever the case may be. And then I think you have a little combination of everything that Charlie said, plus a little bit of arrogance. You got the best quarterback in the league, and you got this great coach, and you think that you can do that. But I think we here, as a school of thought, after the quarterback, the most important thing on the field is weapons. And it's like you can't have that glaring of a hole and think that it's going to work. You can't get open. You don't have anybody. These guys are dropping balls. You see what's happening. And then teams just focus in. They're like, well, this is the only person that he has. So we're going to focus in on Travis Kelce. You know what I'm saying? We're going to double cover him. We're going to make it hard for him. And he's 34. You know what I'm saying? He's a 34-year-old tight end. He can't stretch the field. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is a crazy situation. And because they got away with it last year and won a Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying? I guess they doubled down and thought that Kadarius Toney was actually supposed to be good. I mean, gadget players will do gadget things, but you know what I'm saying? I need an actual receiver. If you look at the teams that are successful this year, all of them, they have weapons. Even when their quarterback isn't that great, the weapons make their quarterback look better because that is how important, you know what I'm saying, weapons are. Like, you know, quarterback number one, weapons too. And it's crazy to think that you could say, oh, this is not their school of thought. This is 2023. Like, football evolves. This is an evolving game, and you can see what it is. Miami would be nothing without Tyreek Hill this year. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is really idiotic, and somebody has to call this out because I can't believe what I'm seeing. All this is because this is a team that with Pat Mahomes every year should be in contention for a Super Bowl, and we've come to the point where we realize that they probably cannot win it as currently constructed, not with these receivers.
I want to see you bet against them. Show me that ticket.
I don't know about betting against them, but I wouldn't pick them to win right now.
Right.
Anyways, this has been Soggy Nachos Podcast. Thanks for listening. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell somebody about us. That's the most important part. Peace.